Well, howdy y'all, this is Steve, 1,000 Year Home. Looky, behind me is my almost completed shipping container. Now, if I just paint it and call it good enough, that would work. A lot of people do that, but I got other high plans for it, a big ceiling and whatnot. But today is a Sunday, it's just kind of a kick around day. The weather is amazing. So I'm going to make it an oddball day. Things that I didn't have time to do that I need to do. Like that tonneau cover for my Ford truck. I don't even know if it fits. We'll find out together. For that Ford truck, I went ahead and got a hard shell one on the top so I could put my chainsaws up on it and do some work there. Let me rotate. All right, it is heavy, much heavier. First thing I noticed, much heavier than I've got a cloth one on that one, a vinyl. But then it's got to match this. See this headache rack? I bought a headache rack that's supposed to fit a tonneau cover. Without further ado, let me go ahead and get a knife. Let me clean up the back of my truck. Let me get that task done. Well, when YouTubers tell you that it takes 75% longer to do a job if you're doing video, that is so true. So I fiddled around with my Gorilla Pod there to make sure it is. I wasted 10-15 minutes. I probably could have had this up. Let's see how much stuff we could get done today. Now, I save these kind of things. I repurpose them before they hit the trash, like tying out tomato plants or things like that. Same thing with that plastic. We'll find another home. One more use. I do have a good recycle center here in my local community. I'm not quite ready to start recycling. It's just when you're building, you've just got a lot on your mind. And adding an extra step of recycling and one of those things I like to do. So I repurpose. I do the lasagna gardening. I do a lot of things that are nice. But I'll get around to recycling. You know what? And you know the studies show that the recycling goes into landfill a lot of times anyway. So don't judge me if I repurpose it here. I know that I'm doing a good job because it may not get anywhere from that recycle center. It's just a feel-good thing sometimes. But I believe in it, and I need to believe we should keep doing it. Let's look at this tonneau cover. I'll put it up there and see if it even fits. We'll find out together. Comes with some accessories. I don't know what those are. We'll find out together. And there's some instructions. I seldom read instructions when I'm in a hurry, especially when it's something so easy. But looky there, it's got all kinds of stuff. I don't want to put stuff on anything. I just want to put it up and be done. It better be all put together. Ain't got time for that. Let me take a look here. Oh no, it does look like I have to put stuff together. Well, I'll tell you this, my soft shell tonneau cover came already. I didn't have to do anything. Just I pulled it out, put it on, done. That's to my advantage here. Lots of little fiddlies. Come on, manufacturers. Put the extra. I know you're paying child labor to put it together in a factory anyway. Put these things together for people. Especially stuff I know that you can do. You can put these. There's no reason that all the little latches weren't already on there. Zero. Convenient for the manufacturer. Sent me a little battery for inside the cover. That's a nice little thing. A tap light there. I like that. That's the gasket for the back to keep the water out of the very back. Tailgate strip, it says. Please find hardware in a separate box, it says. Well, I already took care of that. And I do a pretty good job of recycling out here. As a single person, I make a bag of trash once a week. And I do recycle all my kitchen scraps, which isn't a lot. I eat what I make mostly. But they all go into the garden, right, eventually. The cardboard I use down on the grass to suppress the grass to create a garden, and then the plastic I try to repurpose it at least once, if not twice. But you know, it falls apart if you leave it in the UV too long, so you can only go so long with repurposing plastic before little parts get broken up all over your yard. So you got to be careful for that. But this here is a nice piece of bubble wrap. So it'll find a home. I'll make it do something. Looking here at the release, I really don't like them when I have to talk. I like them where they flip too. That's what I like to do, just flip them. Lately they've been doing that at the front. Hard release in the front, and then a spring-loaded release in the rear. I'm going to tell you, as a rancher, I want them to both be spring-loaded, and to me it's worth me finding the parts and making them spring-loaded. I don't know if it's going to rain today or not. We'll find out together. My least favorite manufacturer half delivering something was my Mahindra tractor, which I bought from a dealer. I got it home and nothing was greased. I gotta tell you, that spun me into all kinds of upset. I do not think that a man who buys a $30,000 tractor needs to grease it the first time. That was really something. Quite the eye-opener for me. I don't really like those manufacturers making us do the final assembly. IKEA built a whole enterprise off of that, though. People willing, I don't know why. Why is anybody willing to put together a chair? Why is that even a thing? For sure they're not saving any money. You've seen how expensive IKEA is. Holy crap. What I don't like about IKEA, and I went with some young people and bought some things. It's a waste of money. It's not very high quality stuff. It's convenient, I guess. But we've had modular furniture in this country for a long time. Ameriwood was one of the first people to do that stuff. Pressed wood, they used to call it. Of course, that's going to be difficult. I know. Why wouldn't it be hard? That's exactly what I want out of life. Exactly what I want out of life. But I don't understand it. It's not high quality. And then if you buy a bed, if you buy an IKEA bed or a sofa, invariably it won't have the feet. You'll have to order the pillows are separate from it, the cover. The picture they show you at the dollar they show you, not the price you end up paying. It's a strange thing. Anyway, for the same money, you can go thrift store shop and buy real hard wood. Be done with it. If you're going to abandon the stuff in place anyway, go thrift store shopping and get yourself some real wood. All right, so what do I got? I got the little sponge in there. Let me spend a minute putting some of these buckles in there before I film it, because I don't know what I'm doing. Let's take a look at how much unfun this is for me. You've got something that looks right there and says front clamps. I don't see any such thing. Well, right off the reel, I'm missing a bunch of stuff. I do not see these parts right here. I do not see the toggle bolts. This thing is not light. All right, I figured out what the front is because the buckles obviously would buckle into the front. So that part's got to go there. That's what a guy needs, a farmer needs way out in nowhere land. A $500 tonneau cover that they didn't put the connectors on and they didn't send you the hardware. I don't know. Are they on? You know? Let's find out together. But what I'm going to guess is these parts are for a different vehicle. And because I believe I have enough toggles to get this on, Pretty nice design, even though these are different manufacturers. Look, my headache rack has got a place to rest the tonneau cover. The only thing, the tonneau cover needs to go underneath here, so the clips go on. So I'm going to have to fiddle with it a little bit to get that clip back here so that it's covered up. So I'll be doing that for a minute or two. But I've got 4 of these, and to me they feel like, you know, they're the right latches, which I said I wanted. I didn't want thumb screw ones, right? I want toggle latches like that, because I take it off all the time. So I might get by. Maybe if I read all the way through the instructions, I would know. But let's keep working here. All right, well, I believe I do have enough hardware in here for this Ford. Though looking through those instructions, some of those missing parts were for Toyotas, Tacomas, things like that. So I think I'm good. In addition, I do like the latches that just quick latch like that, so I can pull this off. Now, having said that, I'm not going to be able to pull this off, because once I get these underneath the headache rack, and that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. But once I get those underneath the headache rack, I don't see me ever pulling this off again. I don't know if I have enough room, or if I'll need to, what are those, little Allen wrench maybe? I might need to pull those off and put them back on, which will be a little bit of an inconvenience. You know, I might leave them off even. So these should have been soft shackles, and not so big, and like my other tonneau cover. Let me show you that. In my other tonneau cover, they're just sewed in, right? This little cloth sew in. So they would have fit underneath that perfect without any engineering. These, not so much. Listen, I wanted to do like 20 things today, and I could see that putting a tonneau cover on is going to take me till lunch. And then I got to go fix a cattle gate, which I'm going to show you. And I'll be lucky if I get those 2 things done. I wanted to clean a Connex. I wanted to move some furniture. I wanted to put the solar on the roof. Man, a big long list. And here I am, still working on step 1. All right, let me see if the struggle is real to get those underneath this. I mean, it was pretty good engineering between the 2 of them. Can I just push it? You think I could push it down and get it under? Let's try that first before I start tearing things apart. Can I tip it? You think? Enough? Put enough pressure on it? Make it go in? Just through sheer willpower? Let's try the sheer willpower step first. Well, that's nice. Well, this is attempt 1. I'm going to take a board, and I already experimented and pushed down on each one of those, and then bump it with my knee and hopefully just push it past. Worst comes to worst, I can undo one of these bolts, and one of them's not in very good anyway. That one over there, that carriage bolt's not in. I didn't want to work that hard, which means this thing will never blow off in the highway, but also I'll never get this out without pre-planning. I'll have to bring my trailer with me. Don't know how I feel about that. I have no idea if you're able to see what I'm doing or not. Well. Well, when I started with the instructions and saw the missing parts, I was down to a 1. But reading a little bit, which always helps. I want to leave in me complaining so y'all get a good shot of Steve in flight. So I got to put up with that. So all by myself. I put up with me my whole life. But listen, I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a 10. I'm going to rotate and show you why. I didn't have to take off the bar. I just had to push hard enough, and it eventually went underneath my headache rack. These two vendors are different vendors, right? And for their stuff to play well like that, both of these well thought out. The headache rack having a notch in the height for that. Now those could have been some cloth, which would have been a little easier. Maybe it would have saved the manufacturer some money. I'm telling you, the fit and finish on this thing, it fit my 6.5 foot bed. And then I got it for the this one, a hardcover, so I could use it as a workstation. Put my saws up on that and basically have double decking when I'm working. The only drawback I see on this thing, I'm not instantaneously taking this off, even though it had the toggles, and I'll go ahead and put the rest of the toggles on. I do prefer the toggles. So the toggles were nice. These toggles were nice. This extra hardware I'll just box all back up and stick in there. The tap light will be nice, although I have lights right there, so I don't know if I'll use it or not. Maybe I will. But anyway, pretty happy with that. So, not job done one yet, but I'll finish it up here real quick, then go up and do the gate, and then go to town and get a bite to eat. It'll be lunch by then. The horses will be up to eat. So let me keep working on this Sunday.